So before we get into the course proper, let's look at the outline agenda and the sort of overall course outcomes. The course is split into a number of sections. The time and pace at which you do these is down to yourselves. But before we get into the sort of CDS course proper, we're going to revisit initially some of the key concepts of ITIL 4. So ITIL 4 Foundation is in fact a prerequisite to the CDS course. So you will have done the ITIL 4 Foundation course at some stage. So we're not going to revisit all the content in ITIL 4. We're just going to look at those key concepts most appropriate for the CDS course. Once we've completed that, we'll then actually start the journey to look at how to plan and build a service value stream. Okay. Initially, we'll look at the organisational and people perspectives, and then we'll look at some of the information technology perspectives. So some of the considerations we need to think about when we're actually looking to create a value stream. It's probably worth pointing out at the end of each section, there will be a number of questions that you'll be presented to undertake, which are based on a live sample paper. So it'll give you the opportunity to reaffirm your learning and also sort of expose you to the sort of types of questions and the nuances of questions so that when you do the exam, you're not hitting that completely cold. In the next section, we'll look at actually a value stream for create and deliver a service. And importantly, we'll also look at the practices which are actually used to actually undertake the activities as we move across the value stream, as we move across those different steps. We'll then look at a value stream for actually the restoration of a service. Okay, so a service has gone live, there will be issues. So what is a value stream, a typical value stream we might follow to restore a live service? And again, we'll look at the appropriate practices relevant to that value stream. And again, at the end of the sections, where appropriate, we'll have some sample questions for you to complete. And in the final section, we'll conclude our look at the practices involved in the create, deliver and support of services. And we'll also look at some considerations around our partners and suppliers. And then there will be opportunity then to take further questions and a sample paper in its entirety at your own time, at your own pace after this course is completed. So what sort of outcome are we looking for CDS? Okay, so for this qualification, we need to provide you, the candidate, with an understanding on how to integrate different value streams and activities to create, deliver and support IT-enabled products and services and relevant practices, methods and tools. And we need to provide you, the candidate, with an understanding of the sort of service performance, service quality and improvement methods that can be used. And of course, part of the aim of this course is to prepare you successfully to complete and pass the ITIL 4 CDS exam. Just briefly where this sits in the overall ITIL 4 qualifications scheme. So you can see that ITIL 4 Foundation, as we said before, is a prerequisite. Okay, so for the managing professional level, the CDS course sits alongside other courses that you would need to complete and be successful in the examination to achieve that managing professional level. Okay, so other courses that would be required to achieve that managing professional is drive stakeholder value, high velocity IT, and direct plan and improve. Okay, so in terms of the exam, actually the format is not that much different from that you'll have covered for ITIL 4 Foundation. So in essence, it's what we call a closed book exam. So there's no supporting documentation or material that you can have to assist with completing the examination questions. There are 40 questions, multiple choice. Okay, and the questions are a little bit more detailed in parts, so actually you get an extra amount of time. So 90 minutes is the standard time allocated for the CDS exam, and the pass mark you need to achieve is 28 or 70%. So a little bit more stringent than that for Foundation, which was 26 out of 40. You need to get 28 out of 40, but as we said before, you do get extra time. And for any candidates taking the exam where the English is not their sort of working language, then there is additional time that can be requested.